Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
And now I'm Robbie.
And today we're going to talk about the 5th episode of Moon Knight, as well as the 6th episode of Halo, I believe. And
Halo.
What an episode.
I guess I'm more excited to talk about that than Moon Knight.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I'm finding Moon Knight to almost be kind of a chore at this point.
Yeah, well, there's only one more episode.
The last one was pretty good.
Thank goodness.
The last one was definitely the most, I think, faithful to the comics so far. So I think I definitely enjoyed that one the most. So it definitely drew some inspiration, I think, from Jeff Lemire's run, which is came out a few years ago, where he's it starts off with Mark in a mental hospital, and I think
right.
It's not really a mental hospital. It's just a what was it? I guess a hallucination created by
all in his head.
Yeah, I think by not by Met, but another god like Seth or something like that. But I think that's definitely where they drew inspiration for this episode. So we finally learned the origin of Steven Grant and Mark Spector, I guess. Well, we saw both their origins in this episode, and we saw Moon Knight
and
10 seconds.
We hint for the origin for Jake, because if
that other casket,
the mom is beating Mark, right? But doesn't remember it. Mark creates Steven, right? But Steven doesn't remember it. That means that Jake, because remember his mom beating him, but he doesn't. So did he create another personality, aka this Jake Lockley character? And it's the person, that's the identity that was always beat by the mom, and that's why he's got so much rage, and that's why he's so violent.
It's a good hypothesis. However, I think his mom was beating him before he created Steven. That's why he remembers it, and that's why
and that's how he created
block out that memory.
And Mark is on this dark and edgy path that he is on, right? But Steven has no recollection for it, right? So I'm imagining.
Well, there's this one scene where
who knows?
People think Jake Lockley already manifested himself in this episode, because there's one scene towards the beginning.
Different.
Where he sounds like he has a thick Chicago accent, so that might be Jake.
Plus he acts all weird. Definitely.
He has the prison thing he's a doctor with, so maybe that was Jake. I think someone on Twitter actually asked the director, could you please confirm if this was Jake Lockley at 4:45? And he said no, but people were just maybe he just said no, he can't confirm it. So he can't confirm it was Jake.
Yeah,
no,
that sounds like that.
Yeah, so and I think some people were also upset online that the whole balancing of the hearts didn't really make sense unless Jake was there too, and it was just the two of them. Of course, it was going to balance, but I have a sneaky suspicion that they're going to tease Jake at the very end of the last episode, just because there's just so much baggage with Steven. Although Steven might be gone now, he might not even show up in the next episode.
You don't think they're going to save Steven? I'm just saying, episode 6 is a lot of weight to carry. He's got
to escape the afterlife. He's got to release Khonshu. He's got to make up with Layla. He's got he killed his dad. He's got to stop Haro and stop Ahmet. So he's got to do all that, and I think the next episode is only 45 minutes, so they're going to have to cram a lot. So I don't know if there's going to be even time to introduce Jake, but I think they'll at least tease him. Because I don't think Mark
we don't have a second season. Last time Oscar Isaac said that he's not doing a second season. Now, of course, he's a Marvel actor now, so he could be lying through his teeth. But
I think when you sign up for one of the Marvel roles, unless you're a villain or something, you're basically signing your life away for a few years.
Yeah. His contract was the first one, I believe, that was just a single IP deal, just a single season. Yeah.
Well,
come out and said that he's only doing one season.
That just means he has more negotiating power when they want to bring him back.
Do we want a second season of Moon Knight? Yeah, I guess, since we had to drudge through this. I mean, of course, I'll get anything.
Well, it's
because it does feel like it could use more episodes.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they mentioned
definitely
like the most faithful to the comic book, and it kind of like went over his origin, like how he met Khonshu and how he became the first time. But he also mentioned his CEO Bushman. That was exciting for me because that's like his arch enemy in the comics. So I'm guessing maybe they're setting the stage for Bushman if they do a second season.
I don't know. The director said that he didn't want to do Bushman because there's too much like Killmonger from
yeah, but you know, whatever. They can find a way to make him different. You know, I don't think that should be like, you know.
Yeah, they have an option, and then in writing for season 2, they can definitely try to reapproach and try to come up with a clever way to introduce the character and get
no
some help from the Cage Riders.
Stark's villain's the same, just a guy who tries to steal his technology. Another guy in an iron suit. So
that's what he looks like. I was looking at Bushman in the comics on Google.
Yeah. So
pictures of him.
Yeah. Well,
covered in grenades and stuff.
Basically, yeah. He's just like a guerrilla warfare sort of expert. But I don't know. Since Moon Knight's basically invincible, you know, he might not be a good antagonist. So
what do you guys think? Is this all in his head?
No, because Arthur Harrow knows about Khonshu. So that's like one of the, I guess although I have heard, had seen theories online where Harrow is actually Jake Lockley, and Harrow is just actually another personality of Mark's.
So then it would definitely all be in his head.
Yeah, but I don't know. But didn't like literally Layla already see him in the costume? So
yeah.
But you know,
is he imagining all of that?
The path where it's all in his head now. I think everyone's committed that Egyptian gods are real and he really has powers. And he literally got impaled 7 times in episode 3. So I'm pretty sure the Moon Knight armor is real.
So you think the stuff that happened in the boat? Do you think that was all real and that was just like a multi-dimensional, Egyptian god shenanigans?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Not to get too far ahead, but what do you guys think about the afterlife? Reads that blow as a shitty afterlife.
I mean, it's better than like, you know, being in the sand, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely better than the alternative, but that's not my source of heaven. I gotta like cut that wheat down. Do I gotta make bread myself now? This is. Ugh.
Is there?
Maybe I do want to just die in the sand
now because of the war in Ukraine. So, like, you know, that is the best place to be, I guess, these days.
I guess trading
the field of limitless wheat
commodities.
So I guess he has like maybe that's how Stephen Grant makes his fortune in the MCU. He just sells wheat futures or invests in wheat futures, and he just owns all this wheat.
That's how. Oh, that's in there.
Yeah.
From all this wheat.
From all the wheat. So I'll figure it out. I guess.
Do you guys remember the baboons on the ship?
Oh, I don't remember the baboons. Oh wait, no, you mean the zombies?
No, the baboons. They're like when there's a part where like Mark was like running. I think Mark and Steven were like running like onto like the deck of the ship, and like a couple of baboons like ran behind them.
Huh.
But anyway, my fun fact is Khonshu used to like there's like a bamboo. What? Oh, now I've said it so many times now. The word sounds weird when you say it. Babu. On top of the scales, and that's actually one of the forms Khonshu used to take. So just a little more Khonshu Easter eggs.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to see if they release him. Well, I guess he has to release him next episode.
They have to, right? There's only they gotta wrap things up. Chop. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a lot. What do you guys think? Like, you know, the mom Ro.
Right. Well, that was his brother
Khonshu also killed.
Yes, I'm wondering if they're going to find a way to bring his brother back to be a bad guy in another season, like Long Bush.
What is he, the Hatchet Man? It's kind of dumb. I don't think they're going to do the Hatchet Man.
He was a serial killer called the Hatchet Man, and he became like Shadow.
Yeah, they're not going to put that on. They're not going to put that on Disney Plus, are they?
Hatchet Man. They'll probably do Hatchet. They probably want to do Shadow Knight, but I have the feeling that they're going to somehow bring back Randall back from the dead and have him be a bad guy in their season.
Yeah, he can be a mummy.
Well, there's a group called like the Cult of Khonshu in the comics, I think, that don't resurrect, or I think they resurrect him or something. So maybe they might do that, but you know, he never died.
What if they bring the mom back, and the mommy's a mummy?
There we go. But yeah, I don't know.
Hold for laughter.
it seems they just want to sort of like do their own thing. You know, they don't really want to follow the comics. So it's weird they killed Randall like when he was a kid. He's supposed to like be an adult, and then.
Well, hey, if you're only doing one season, I guess you can do whatever the hell you want to, right?
Yep. So yeah, they already like wasted Midnight Man. They didn't even show Bushman or Shadow Knight. So they're kind of like just like going off, you know, wasting all his villains like they did in the first Black Panther movie. Well, they didn't waste Killmonger. They did waste Claw and Man-Ape. But you know, now they're doing. I think the
Man-Ape
taking on Submariner, but it doesn't matter because Chadwick Boseman is dead. So anyway. What did y'all think of the scene where all the dead bodies are in like the cafeteria, and like they're all the people like Mark killed?
Oh yeah, and he's like
nice and
naming
creepy.
the places.
Which is weird because apparently he killed them after he became Moon Knight. It was like, didn't you kill anyone when you were a Marine or a mercenary?
You just didn't
like,
care about those.
Yeah, it's like all those, you know, those are all bad people, or I guess they were all bad people. People he killed, but that was just weird. Like,
it was the worst from the Fist of Khonshu.
Yeah, so.
And then there was Randall there, who he didn't kill.
Oh, that's right. Randall wasn't like a dead body. He was just like
he was like moving around.
Maybe he's like in purgatory or whatever, or maybe he survived, had amnesia, you know, and then like just forgot who he was, and they just never found him. I don't know. They'll probably. I don't know. Well, we don't even know if we're in a second season of this, so. But yeah, I think this was definitely. What did you think of like his origin, like when he met Khonshu? Remember that scene?
Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was like done well, kind of cheesy. I really enjoy it. Rise and be the Fist of Khonshu, be my vengeance.
Moon Knight. Yeah,
so that was a cool
be my Moon Knight. I just sat up and I was like, oh, he said the thing. He did the thing.
That's why.
I like how they throw a moon in there every once in a while, somewhere in the scene, like when they're coming in there, they had this.
Apparently, Khonshu is during a full moon, and then it's strongest during like a waning moon.
No, it's the opposite.
Oh yeah, and they were usually
in like the Egyptian documentary on Khonshu. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So,
for the podcast, do it.
Yeah. So at the end of the episode, I can't remember because so much happened. They were trying to go to Osiris. She was trying to make Osiris to what was it? So that they could like give him back his life or whatever. I think that was. I can't remember how they really jammed a lot of stuff in this episode. It's hard to remember.
So they gotta get Osiris to get back to life. That's like the only way to get through to get back to the.
It did it similarly like the episode of Loki where they have to get to that ship and get off that planet before it dies and they just don't make it.
Luckily they didn't kiss. Although I don't know, maybe a little page or a little Oscar on Oscar action would have been fun to see.
Yeah, but it was definitely the all is hope trope in storytelling.
The hope is lost moment definitely was this episode.
So I just hope the TVA just come in like a Deus Ex Machina and like pulls him out. That was like I was really by that.
I wouldn't do that to us.
I was like, really? Like that's kind of lame. I thought like Loki's supposed to be like a really smart guy. And he's supposed to like be able to get him think his way out of anything. But like no, he had to be rescued by the TVA. So lazy writing. Anyway, so yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. I think as someone who's read the comics, especially Devil Run, I think it was well done. But yeah, like it's a show called Moon Knight. Let's get some Moon Knight in there. But I guess hopefully we'll see plenty of them next episode. So I think someone said there's only been like 4 minutes of Moon Knight in the entire series so far.
Wow.
Wow.
Like 5 seconds. Like he was only in for 5 seconds in like the first episode, like a few minutes in the second episode, a few minutes in the third one, and then not at all in the fourth and barely in the fifth. So, probably like 4 minutes at all.
I can see that.
Yeah, what was it? You just see a bit of him in the mirror beating on that dog.
Yeah. In the first episode, but
the jackal.
We actually got to see him do some cool stuff in the second episode, and and not really the third. The third one was not good, but yeah, hopefully we'll see a lot more Moon Knight next episode. So, I don't know. It really tells you how how much we love this series. Everyone want to talk about Halo now?
Aye, Captain.
All right.
Okay, aye, Captain Keynes. Okay, so this was definitely a slower episode than the last one, but I think we all enjoyed that Quan wasn't in it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they had the Quan jump scare that one scene, and I was like, oh no! I was like, oh wait, they're not.
Oh yeah, it was basically like a jump scare.
Yeah, it scared
me.
It's
I was like, turn around and see Quan, and you're like, no,
it's Quan. Like Rob texted the group, and he was like, "Hey, no spoilers, but I had a coworker who's already seen this. There's no Quan in this episode." And then and I was like, "Liar!"
There's that one flash of Quan.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh no, I guess that definitely doesn't count." Yeah, I wouldn't say that counts.
So anyway, what did y'all think of the scene where he tries to kill Halsey with the radiation and like?
Right, just testing the limits.
Yep. So that was interesting. And then they had that one interrogation scene with like the Keens and the Indian woman were there, but they had the plungers on their heads. So they were like, and there was like they were there. It was like a two-way mirror, but like with holograms.
Yeah, basically they were in.
Yeah, it's like they could see each other.
They could see and hear what's going on in there, and they could see and hear each other, but everyone else can't see or hear them. So.
It's like an interrogation room with like the double-sided mirror.
Yeah, with like the upgraded double-sided mirror.
Yeah. And then I guess Halsey got fired and replaced with his daughter. That was dramatic.
I mean, so Rob and I had said this from the very beginning. Halsey a bitch. Like, the bitch we need to save humanity. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, humanity needed her, but like, her daughter put it right for like really get this episode. Like, to save humanity, you gave up your own. Like, that was good writing.
She was like, she could have told John, I saved you from being a starving artist because all you like to do as a kid, you like to draw, and you just would have studied that in college and then like been unemployed when you got out. So like, I gave you purpose.
I am thoroughly enjoying this episode, but
I would be curious just to know what he would have turned out to be.
An artist, I don't know.
Who knows? But he wouldn't be like a badass Master Chief, though.
That's true, but he had to sacrifice his humanity, sort of.
Maybe he just would have went into the military, but wouldn't have been as strong.
He would have been like a real killer. He would have been like a background character in his own show.
Because apparently he had some talent.
Yeah, I think it was before the enhancements, because she saw him at the orphanage, which is weird.
Yeah, they had crazy reflexes.
His parents were dead.
But I think it's because he touched an artifact. Isn't that how he got so special?
In this timeline, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I mean, in the head crack like
unconfirmed
in a row is statistically fucking impossible.
Yeah. How did he come to touch an artifact?
He was playing.
He found it. Yeah, he found it near his house as a kid.
Remember when we were all kids and we were playing in the forest? He actually found something in the forest.
He was like literally in an open cavern. Like, I don't know how he was the first to find it. Like,
that he climbed down into.
Remember, it was unexplored. His parents were like in charge of the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't that far from his house. It was within walking distance of his house.
Yeah, it was not very far
and very easy to find. So basically, anyone could have found it. I think, a janitor who wandered out there could have found it.
I'm surprised it was still there. Like how all these years, no one went. Yeah,
it's because
what is this thing?
There was under a bio. It was under a bio quarantine or whatever. That's why no one was on the planet anymore. It was in quarantine, so it was probably.
Oh yeah, because there was a virus that Halsey released, right?
Well, it's unconfirmed if Halsey released it, but we know that. Yeah. But guys, it feels like we're beating around the bush here.
She did it.
Are we burying the lead? I mean, we fucking saw Halo this episode. How good did it look?
It looked.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's like basically when you turn your head and you look in the the head camera in the game, you just always can see the side of the Halo.
Right.
Horizon.
Yeah, that is really
like that.
But man, it looked so excited to see it. I was like, oh shit.
My theory was wrong. I was gonna guess it was the season finale episode.
Now they still might Halo in the series finale.
Oh yeah,
right. Like because they weren't
That's
on
true.
Halo. They kind of met in some kind of,
some mind
astral
world.
plane. But
Yeah.
guys,
What if all that was a recording and like there's something going on?
Do you think
that touch he did on her cheek, man? I don't know.
Oh, do you think the blessed one? Do you think
That,
the
like,
blessed
soft
one's
touch.
gonna?
Trying to awaken her artifact.
That'd be why?
Unless it was
paired with
like
the
him
Covenant?
slowly. Unless it was him slowly touching her to see if she was actually there or something.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's
Forrest,
Yeah.
you had an artifact?
I don't know. Well,
But
Can you describe this artifact for us that she had?
Look, she's really attractive, which by the laws of Hollywood means that she's not going to be a bad guy. Like that she's not a bad guy, and he's attractive. The laws of Hollywood say they're going to get
Halsey's not
together.
attractive. Well, I guess when they de-age her, but she's still pretty attractive as for her current age. But I don't know. So, what else happened this episode? Oh yeah, we should talk about Kay. So Kay was like, in the hospital bed, and she was in traction or whatever, and they had to heal her, and then
They had to pump her full of drugs.
she and Master
It's
took
like,
out
you know what? You can put that pellet back in my spine. That's okay.
This pain is awful. I much prefer having no emotions than feeling this.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
music
probably
sucks
not,
compared to the pain of being shot, which I do every single. I'm a Spartan saving humanity.
Where can we get these pellets?
You can get your local drugstore right next
I
to
need
it.
one.
Far
I want one. My back hurts.
have one of those shoved into your spine.
I think they're just called ibuprofen.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's really I remember about this episode. I guess like Keen's replaced Halsey. Master Chief had that vision.
Almost
He was
killed
interrogating
Halsey.
Makee, and she's pretty much on.
Yeah,
everyone knows that she's worked for the Covenant at this point.
Yeah, he totally suspects her.
Well, the guy, like the freaking guard, was like, "Yeah, she's worked for the Covenant." Master Chief. It's so obvious. Like they don't leave survivors. So.
All right, the door.
Yeah, and they just drop that pod and leave.
Yeah. Tee hee.
She didn't even try to say. She didn't even try to say that she tried to escape at the last second or something.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, they just got tired of me.
And what is going on that they didn't find like her fingernail energy blade?
I know they should have done like.
Oh, she pulled that out at one point, trying to get that one lady to listen.
Yeah,
that
happened.
That was when she started having a seizure.
Yeah. So
knocked out.
So I guess they'll probably know that she's worked for the Covenant next episode, right? Because she tried to kill someone.
Yeah, she better
mention
mention that energy fingernail she's got going.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What else happened? This was definitely a not really a action-heavy episode.
I mean, Halsey got fired. She had fake crocodile tears from Miranda.
Just
broke the firewall. All right, so I mean, fired, but she's definitely not out of it.
Well, it was really weird that Master Chief left Cortana in front of the elevator. He's like, go fix a problem. And it was like, you can't leave her, dude. You all are like, she's in your head. But
yeah.
the way they shot it,
works.
Like, leaving her to go on the elevator, because she's still there in front of the elevator as he's going up or down. And just like, well, isn't she always with him? It was sort of a weird scene to me. But well, brace yourself.
Metaphorically, go away.
Why she fizzles out when he's going down the elevator? He's getting out of range.
No Wi-Fi in there.
It's always range when it's in your head.
Yeah. So I guess brace yourself for the next episode because it's going to be very Quan heavy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I saw the little preview. I'm pretty sure it's a Quan episode because the whole preview was just Quan.
Yeah, it's like Master Chief just puts a remote on the table. That's right, everyone. It's a Quan episode. There's the remote. No one would blame you if you turned it off. So I don't know. Maybe they can make it interesting. Hopefully, we'll see Soren. Like, maybe we'll put his helmet on or whatever because he has the Spartan armor on, but we haven't seen him put his helmet on. So, yeah. I mean, not a lot of content. There was a lot of content. Better Call Saul. Moon Knight, Halo, and now Ozark at the end of the week. So it was was packed to the brim with content, but just not a lot to talk about Moon Knight and Halo this week. So,
you guys
the helmet thing is bugging so many people.
What is?
Yeah, I love how more people are upset about the helmet, like seeing his ass cheeks.
Yeah, there should be
there
should be a helmet on each cheek.
There, or whatever, of like Master Chief, like with his helmet on, and that's all he's wearing during that scene. Like, are you happy now, fans? Like, he keeps his helmet on.
He's showering with the helmet on.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be like a Halo super cut on, on YouTube when it's done, and
just
CGI helmet, his helmet like the entire time.
He's like brushing his teeth, but the helmet's still on. He's just like rubbing the toothbrush over the helmet.
I'm sure somebody will do that on YouTube at some point.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
If it's not already out there.
Well, it definitely seems you're enjoying the show much more than Moon Knight.
I think some people are warming up to it. The ones that
I think episode 5 definitely resurged some interest to the people who were just really not into the first 4 episodes, and I was one of them. So episode 5 definitely surged my interest.
It does look like we are probably maybe gonna possibly see the fall of Reach. So I'm excited for it.
And hopefully the writers will actually listen to fan feedback and not do a meta scene like The Witcher, saying that the audience is stupid, and that they wouldn't be
ready for an episode. Most enjoyable.
Like what kind of scene?
Well, remember that scene in The Witcher where the minstrel's talking to one dude and he's like, I've listened to your songs and I didn't realize there were multiple timelines when I first listened to it.
Super
and then the minstrel just goes off and was like, maybe if you could write your own songs, but it was basically just like the showrunner telling the audience to
let's see,
because
this kind of
we don't understand her genius, or something like that. It was very, I think it was meant to be tongue in cheek, but I think it really came off as very arrogant on the showrunners and writers' part. Just just take the L,
Yeah, just move on. Sure, yeah.
Or at least, just be glad you got second season on Jupiter's Legacy and Cowboy Bebop, because they, what they did didn't even get the second season. So
it was a crime against Netflix and humanity.
What was?
Jupiter's Legacy. No, I mean
Jupiter's Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy was
Guardians of as long as Guardians of the Peace. Guardians of the Peace or Guardians of the Justice? Which one is it, Robbie? Guardians of the Peace. Get a second season. That's all I care about.
I kind of have to hear right now.
Guardians of Justice.
Yeah. The Guardians of Guards. So
Guardians of Justice.
Well, one more week of Moon Knight, and Halo goes for another 3 weeks after this, right? So there's
9 total.
And what platform can you find Halo on?
Paramount
Plus.
And you should be able to get a free week tip. So you should be able to at least if you wait till Thursday, you should be able to watch all 6 episodes. And
you still have to
it's one of the cheaper streaming. It's one of the cheaper streaming because it's only $5 a month.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you will have to credit card information, but just cancel. Just make sure to cancel 6 days in. Because
they'll automatically.
Actually, if you wait till next Friday, you'll be able to watch all 6 and then 7 because you'll have to cancel next Thursday when a new episode comes out, so you can watch 7 anytime, right?
Wow.
This guy over here.
Yeah, strategy.
Oh.
I've really all I've been watching
municipal bond strategy.
Yeah, I've really just been watching the old Adam West Batman on Tubi, which is free, so you could always.
Can't go wrong with classic Adam West Batman.
It's very sad. There's more stuff I want to watch on Tubi than there is on Netflix. They have the old Adam West Batman. They have the A-Team. They have the old '80s GI Joe. They have the Flash from the '90s. A lot of good stuff on there. And it's all free. Yeah, I think the only issue is if you don't sign up, you'll lose what progress you made in the series. So if I'm halfway through one episode and I close out, I have to fast forward to that part of the episode. So that's the only caveat. But I don't really want to strand it for another streaming thing. So yeah, that's our show. Pretty short episode. Sorry. I just we look forward to watch Ozark. Finish that, and then I guess I'll have to keep Netflix just for Stranger Things.
Oh
yeah. Well, Major, you want to plug our social media?
Yeah, absolutely. If you are turning around on Halo, let us know. You can tweet us at ZZilla Podcast on Twitter. Tell us
about how you felt in episode 1 and how you feel now, kind of thing.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please do not forget in app to give us a rating. If you think we deserve 5 stars, we'd love to get. We appreciate it a lot. Thanks so much, guys.
Major, you deserve 5 stars.
Tips, you deserve 5 stars too, buddy. By the day.
Yeah, it sounds like you got some practice with that.
Robbie, you deserve 5 stars, and you too for it.
All right. Oprah over. All right.
You get a 5 stars.
You get a 5 star. You get a 5 star.
Oh, Forrest. 4. Sorry.
You get a Forrest. 4 star.
But that's the maximum.
Team 4 star. I need to catch up with Dragon Ball Bridge. Have they gotten to Boo yet? I know
Are they still going?
And that's the podcast. Thanks so much, guys.
I stopped right after Frieza Saga. What'd you say, Major? I missed that.
Podcast. When you're talking about Dragon Ball Z Bridge, I think that's a wrap.
Oh, okay. Are you going to Dragon Ball Z Bridge?
Forrest is like, what'd you say? Whose podcast is this?
No, I said I didn't.
Who's in control?
We'll talk about what we want to fucking talk about. So, more about Clone Wars, the 2D animated series.
Oh yeah.
Actually, wait. What is Dragon Ball Bridge?
Oh yeah, watch it. It's good Team 4 star.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's just people taking the scenes from the DBZ and putting their own voices into it.
Really funny, but still faithful to the story.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I loved DBZ as a kid. It was good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Dragon Ball.
Like the comedy version of DBZ.
I love the Frieza Saga. It took years.
Oh yeah, well, like just Goku and Frieza's fight took 30 episodes?
Yeah, 30 weeks.
You mean 5 minutes? Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, well, that's our show. I'm Forrest.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Tip.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.